Hello everybody, and welcome to another reaction video. And today we're going to revisit Zornheym. Now those of you that normally watch my channel will know that I don't normally revisit bands quite so soon after the others. I mean, it's been about maybe a week since I last reacted to Zornheym, but there is a reason for this, and that's because I just received this. And I want to listen to the CD. So what I wanted to do is I wanted to react to the track first, and then I can listen to the CD without, you know, having spoilt the song for myself already. So a track I'm going to listen to is called Whom the Night Brings, and this track was suggested to me by Zornheym, or Zorn himself. Because after I reacted to the last track of theirs, The Opposed, Zorn himself actually got into contact with me, first of all thanking me for reacting to the track, and we had a bit of a chat and stuff like that, and he told me a bit more about how the band came into be, because if anybody watched the previous Zornheym video, I tried to do research on the band and came up with surprisingly little. And I tried to find out more about the song and find some lyrics, and again I came up with pretty much nothing. So he got into contact with me, and he said the album from which these tracks are taken, the whole album itself documents patients at an asylum, which, as I understand, to be called Zornheym Asylum. And he said, like, the CD version of the album contains the patient's doctor's notes, which was quite interesting. So it gives you a bit of background to each, you know, to the subject of each track. I haven't actually opened the CD yet, so I haven't looked at it, so I can't really say much about what this one is. And they also did a 55-page graphic novel, which I just showed you as well. I wanted to get my hands on that because I do like myself some graphic novels, and it gives a little bit more of the backstory to the patients as well. And when I first spoke about Zornheym, I said they'd formed in 2014 and hadn't released their first album until 2017, and you know, I came to some conclusions as to why that could possibly happen. And Zorn said back in 2014 it was just him. He started the band by himself, and you know, he'd written the tracks and all that. He then went on to write the songs and started putting the band together and the team behind the band. So you know, I'm assuming like production crews, you know, the people who mix the album and stuff like that, which is why it took them nearly 3 years to release the first album. And the album was recorded with a real string orchestra and a choir. So, you know, it's quite an interesting story, and I'm very thankful to him for filling in those blanks for me, so that I know a bit more about the band and how it came to being. And everybody knows I like that stuff. So I'm actually going to do a little bit different today, because what I'm going to do a second video to accompany this one, a bonus video as it were, where I'm going to actually look at the CD and the graphic novel that I purchased from them. I enjoyed it that much that I, you know, well, after speaking to him I was like, yep, I want a copy of the album, I want a copy of the comic, where can I get it? So yeah, after I've done reacted to this video, I'm going to react to the comic book and the album itself. So I'll put a link to the original video in the description below as normal, but let's just get straight into this. So what the night, or Whom the Night Brings? Yeah, Whom the Night Brings by Zornheym. That looks like the imagery from the graphic novel. Alright, the first most noticeable thing about this is the vocals. They've got clean vocals in. In the first track I listened to, The Opposed, it was pure sort of gutturals and screams, if you will. In this we've got clean vocals, and they are brilliant. They work really well, and as people will who've seen previous videos of mine will know, I like it when bands mix things up. You know, it gives a brilliant contrast to the track. As I said, as the video started, it looks to me like the video is using artwork from the graphic novels. Novel singular. Yeah. We'll carry on. So far as I can discern, I probably should have looked at the graphic novel and the doctor's notes in the CD beforehand, but I wanted to save it for a different reaction video. But from what I can discern, this appears to be the story of a very young girl who is being haunted by shadows and demons from like a very early age, and apparently they are incubi, which are the male equivalent of the better known succubi. And it sounds like this is being told from the perspective possibly of her parents. I'm not entirely certain, because it's referring to the young girl in the third person, like is she, will her sort of thing. So it's a very good track as well. Very much enjoying it. Can't wait to actually look at this, listen to the rest of the album, and check out the CD booklet and the graphic novel. So yeah, let's carry on. Well, there we go. That was Whom the Night Brings by Zornheym. From what I could discern from excuse me, from the video, throughout the third part, there was a lot of religious iconography, so I can only imagine that she maybe sought solace in the church, maybe sought the help of a pastor or something like that to try and help her, maybe even dispel these demons that are visiting her. But by the end it looked like she'd just sort of committed herself to the asylum because it just wasn't going away, and obviously while she was in the asylum they were still there, so it's like she'd been constantly followed by these demons that just will not leave her alone. The song was absolutely fantastic, and like I said, the mixture of the clean vocals and the harsh growls, guttles and screams was brilliant. I absolutely loved it. It was very, very good. I very much look forward to listening to the rest of the album. And if the it's said in the credits at the end there that was comic art. So I can't wait to look at the graphic novel either. So yeah, I'll see you in the bonus video. I'll leave that as it is. If anybody would like to suggest any other tracks or for me to listen to, please do, by all means. Drop me a comment in the comment section below or send me a message on Instagram. And yeah, thank you very, very much for watching. See you again soon. Bye bye.